From Calgary East.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today is Refugee Rights Day. In Canada, Refugee Rights Day marks the anniversary of what is known as the Singh decision. In this 1985 decision, the Supreme Court found that the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms protected the fundamental rights of refugee claimants. The court decided that the term everyone in the Human Rights Act included refugee claimants. The decision marked an important moment for refugee protection in Canada and provided the right of refugee claimants to have an oral hearing. I meet refugees nearly every day in my job, some who are brand new to Canada and some who have been here for decades. What I think is important to remember about refugees is that they did not come to Canada by choice. They came here because they were fleeing war, violence, or persecution for religious or political reasons. They came here because to stay in their home country could have meant death. I want to take the time today to address two incorrect perceptions that I often hear from Albertans, too often. The first is some version of the story that refugees in Canada are entitled to more resources than Canadian pensioners. This is false. Government-sponsored refugees receive a one-time settlement allowance, around $1,800, and then approximately $700 a month for a year. A privately sponsored refugee gets nothing. The second concern that I hear from Albertans is that refugees will continue to live off the system indefinitely, taking resources away from working Canadians. This is also false, as within a year of coming to Canada, 80% of adult refugees are working full-time. This is comparable to the non-refugee population. If you take into account the folks often have to take English classes, upgrade workplace skills, and pay back transportation loans, that statistic becomes even more impressive. I trust that all members of this House do everything that they can to dispel these inaccurate facts when they hear them. Refugee rights are under attack around the world. While Canada is a leader in protecting the rights of refugees, we cannot take our support for refugees for granted. Racist, xenophobic, and Islamophobic messages surround us daily. It's imperative we call out these acts.
Thank you, Honourable Member.